Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mediocre Gay. I'm Kate Dale.
And I'm David Ian.
So, David, I've been thinking about mediocrity, very much putting the me into mediocrity this week.
Regular habit for you.
Regular habit. And I wanted to talk about, well, sort of cheese. It's sort of...
Sorry.
It's cheese and it's not cheese. It's very much Schrodinger's cheese.
Oh my God, is it cheese in a can? Squirty cheese?
That's in the genre, but plastic cheese. Cheese is cheese adjacent. So you steal one of your phrases. So plastic, I was thinking craft cheese slices in those individual
I don't think you can say
wraps.
craft because that's a brand.
Okay, other cheese slices are available.
That are also mediocre.
They're also mediocre. That sort of nachos cheese that you get in cinemas. They do...
Say nachos again?
Nachos.
What is that laugh? Anyway.
I think it's worse than me mispronouncing nachos.
Nacho cheese.
Anywho, but there's something about that comforting plastic cheese, and I've never met cheese I don't like, apart from possibly...
Knob cheese? No. Why did I?
What's wrong with you?
No.
Apart from possibly the cheese you get at Christmas, which it could be knob cheese, but it's also that cheese that's got too much fruit in it. Don't like that. But any other cheese, and I love a really strong, salty, your Roqueforts, your
Should we tell
Stiltons.
everyone what one of our favourite things is?
Yes, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay, well, fine. What am I here for, eh?
Oh, well, yes. It's a good question. Do the bookings. Anyway, yeah, so I love a strong cheese. I love really proper gourmet cheese, but there are times... It's a bit like, sometimes you want a basing shower, cold shower, a plunge pool or something to really wake up and get all your senses tingling. But sometimes you just want a nice warm kind of tepid bath. And a bath that is just bath. That is just a nice foam bath, but not all like candles and aromatherapy and loads of expectations about what's going to happen afterwards. Just a bath. And that's what that cheese is. It's just a bath.
Okay.
No?
I mean, I don't ever want a cold shower, and I'm not really a fan of baths, so I can't relate to any of that.
Do you ever
clean? Sure that's relatable. Do I ever clean myself? Yes, in a scalding hot shower.
Oh, well, that's because you're trying to burn away the shame.
Yes.
But the latest thing that we have discussed, a bit too on the nose, wasn't it? That we have discovered.
Samaritans after this.
And even though we're not supposed to mention brands, we do have to mention this one, but recently discovered that.
I introduced you to this,
You did introduce me to it, and it's ruined my life and my waistline, but you can therefore explain what it is.
So Five Guys, everybody else goes there for the burgers, but we go for the grilled cheese, where they take the bun and they turn it inside out, and they put the cheese in between, and then you can still have like all the like other fillings, so like mushrooms and onions and everything, and then they grill it together. And I reckon they put like butter or I don't know, they put it together. Oh my God, like there's no point in having the burger.
No,
just have the grilled cheese. It's like,
though I've now decided I kind of want to mess with their heads by going and when they say what fillings do you want in, saying the burger, and I'll confuse them. Because it would still be different, because it would still be turned inside out.
Oh, I see. You want a grilled cheese with a burger in it.
I don't really, but I just want to mess with their heads.
That'd be complicated. Everybody should go. Yeah. Write to us and tell us what you think. Go and try it. What's the email address? mediocrepod@gmail.com.
It's a Mediocre Gay pod.
Oh, yeah. Mediocre Gay pod. Do you know what? There's an outro and it has the email address in it. Listen to that.
I think it's mediocregaypod@gmail.com, or just tag us on Insta and tell us.
Who knows? Send us a letter. We've got a guest today.
We do have a guest today who's waiting very patiently. Sorry, Sallyann.
Listen to this nonsense.
Are you introducing Sallyann?
Okay. So Sallyann is one of my absolute favourite comedians on the circuit at the moment. She's epic.
Yeah.
One of the first times I saw you was at Queerovision. So we are both Queerovision winners, which is a really great competition that I love. But I saw you there and we were both blown away, weren't we? Just thought you were so amazing. And then we've become friends and we've gigged together loads. So welcome, Sallyann.
Thank you.
And can I just say, Sallyann, you have got a great sock game today.
Thank
which have got tigers on them for people listening.
These are those bamboo socks. Other versions are available, obviously.
How is this the second time I've heard bamboo socks in 24 hours and I still don't know what they are?
They're so nice.
Yeah,
they're cool in the summer. They're warm in the winter.
Made out of bamboo.
Yeah, bamboo.
Sounds uncomfortable.
My toilet roll is made out of bamboo and it's really soft and lovely.
Panda. Oh, other toilet rollers available.
Oh, who gives a crap?
Who gives a crap? They it's all
Oh,
subscription
yeah, that's
toilet
the
roll,
ones
really
with
good for
the
the
nice
environment.
wrapping
Yeah, it's all
around.
individually wrapped.
Yes.
And you
And
never
if
have
you
to
get-
think about it.
It's really
If you
great.
get really skint, then you just use the wrapper, can't you?
Yeah.
You just chuck the toilet roll away.
But do you know what?
Oh,
If you get really
yeah.
skint, it's actually quite cost effective because the rolls are twice the length of normal roll. Like they've got twice as many sheets as normal rolls.
Oh, that's
So when you work
good.
it out, it's actually cheaper than buying your toilet rolls in the supermarket, and they deliver it to you, and it's good for the environment because bamboo is not a tree, it's a grass.
And there's no
Exactly.
plastic wrapping. I do feel the need to point out that we are not actually being sponsored by Who Gives a Crap
No,
yet.
but Who Gives a Crap could
Yeah.
do me a sponsorship. I would like, I've
You know.
just had a delivery, so I won't need one for about 9 years, but the next one could be free. Honestly, I absolutely
No, I
think
love
it's
it,
great.
yeah.
Plus, you put some on the side, and because it's all in like this individual beautiful wrapping,
looks
everybody's
lovely.
like, oh, it's dead fancy. I mean, who would be displaying their toilet rolls? Me.
Yes.
That's who.
You wouldn't.
I'm
need
like, do you
one
need
of-
to use the loo while you're here?
You
Haven't
wouldn't
cleaned,
need
but
one
I've got
of those
fancy toilet
crochet
rolls.
women, would you? You know the
No,
crochet
right.
women?
Yes.
My auntie used to have one
Yeah,
of those.
yeah,
over
my
the
nan
toilet roll.
did. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't want to. I want these. Do you know what? I love the toilet roll so much. I gave my mum and dad one as a gift.
I think there's
try
a
this?
running theme through these podcasts of me feeling very sorry for your
For
mum
my
and
mum
dad.
and dad. God.
When we ever finish this, the final one is just going to be your mum and dad, possibly just sitting on the sofa,
Crying.
silently crying.
Weeping. Anywho, it's not about me. So, Sallyann, tell us what mediocre means to you.
Mediocre means to me, I think, grey. Because I don't dislike the colour grey. I think it's the most popular upholstery colour of 2022.
And it was popular for cars as well.
For cars.
Yeah, it's been really popular. It replaced
Yes.
white.
Yeah.
Like, I think white is back now, but for a period, grey was like the colour that you had
Yes.
the car in.
And if you go into a barn, it's been done up. It's always grey, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It is.
Always grey. And I don't like it. And mediocre comes from Latin.
Well, this is one for you, Kate.
Oh, I like
etymology.
word origins, you see. I taught myself all these things because I got suspended from school, very rough school when I was 14. So I'm not actually intelligent. I have actually taught myself all this stuff.
I mean, I
but-
think that's literally the definition of being
Yes.
intelligent.
So it is. So there you go. They can get stuff, can't they? It's a really rough school, so I was quite respected to be
Do you want to name
chucked
check 'em?
out. Callington, comprehensive.
Screw you,
Yeah.
Callum,
Why did
to
they
the
suspend you?
comprehensive.
Burn it down, pardon.
Burn it down. Don't.
Oh,
burn it down.
literally do not do arson.
Specifically, legally, do not
Arson.
burn it down. What excuse did they have for suspending? We don't have to go into this, but
Well, it's quite rude. Is it okay to
Yeah,
to
we'll
share
cut it out
that?
if it's no good.
Well, the pasty factory was literally
The pasty factory.
The pasty factory was next door. Oh, there's a vibrating. Oh, do you know what? My comedy watch is in my pocket. I thought I put a love egg in. Is it okay to say that? We can cut that
Absolutely
bit.
fine. We won't cut that out.
Do you know? I thought, what is that? That's weird. But anyway, it was right next door. And my teacher said to me, "You'll end up in there." And I thought she meant as contents because all the meat's pre-chewed. It's
What?
Can I say the brand? It begins with a g.
Yeah.
D. And we.
Pre-chewed. Someone's eaten it and then spat it out.
That's my
On an
opinion.
industrial scale.
That is my opinion.
that sounds
They
like a good job.
They get all these old women in from
Get
the.
lockjaw.
They get
Not
all
for the
these
normal
old women
reason.
in from a nursing home, and they chomp down all the meat, spit
Right.
it out, put it in the pasties,
Yeah.
scrape out some armpits. That's the
And
lovely
then
aroma.
stick it in a service station.
And then stick it in a packet. And that's the pasties. And she said, "You're going to end up in there." And I thought she meant as content. So I told her that she sucked off the Archbishop of Canterbury. But I mean, I know, yeah. So
it's
I
a
got
really
suspended.
specific read.
Very specific. I can't say
Specific.
that word. You say it.
Specific.
Specific.
Now I'm wondering if I'm
Spe-
saying
No,
it
you
right.
specific,
Yeah,
yeah.
specific.
Specific. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I had drunk half a bottle of cooking sherry that I hadn't paid for before I did that. But I know. But it's wrong. And so I didn't have any more schooling after that. I had to go home, and I used to go on the bus every day.
That
to
was enough to
school.
get you out completely.
Oh, there were other things as well, bad
Okay.
behaviour.
I was going
not
to
turning
say,
up,
I
yeah.
suspect
wasn't
this
an
wasn't just
isolated
a
incident.
There was like shopping without paying and that kind of thing.
Right.
You know.
liberating
Yeah,
process.
liberating things that the shops no longer want,
Yeah.
even though they don't realise it. And I've got ADHD. That's not an excuse, but that's.
But why not drop it into
that's
the
that.
conversation?
I'm going to drop it in. I've got all the learning difficulties, line them all up, and so I used to put my uniform on, go on the bus, and then just walk around the town and just help myself to stuff. And my mum thought I was at school. It wasn't. No exams for me.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
So I quite like a good that particular baked pasty actually. It's a good
Do you?
hangover food. Yeah, it is.
No,
But I'm
you
not
mustn't
maybe
eat them.
but I won't now.
Saliva, DNA from someone else. Not
Yeah. Legally, we should clarify that we don't believe that is the case, but it might well be. So
We haven't said the brand, so
that's fine. So tell us something. So that's a bit of an admission for me about. I'm very about plastic food today, aren't I?
You are.
That's an admission for me about something that maybe I like that maybe I shouldn't in that case. What do you like that other people might think is mediocre?
Do you know, there's so many things. I love bridges and tunnels. That is a massive thing for me. That's
Really?
not like a euphemism.
I
Or like,
exactly.
maybe it is. So I can see like David thinking,
Oh my God, did I have that on my face?
Totally had a sex
a
face
dirty
there.
The sex face.
He did a sex face. I'm totally
Please
on
don't
that.
sex
He's
face
like-
our guest, David.
Now he has the face of shame.
Yeah.
Well,
Which
I'm more used to that one.
Which is valid.
Permanent
It is
state,
valid.
yeah, sorry.
So yeah, look, I love bridges. What, no one else? Just
No,
me?
no. I'm really. Tell us more.
I quite like a tunnel, to be fair.
Oh, I don't know.
But I can't go through a tunnel without thinking about Princess Diana.
Exactly. Do you know what? When that came on the telly, my dad phoned me up and he said, "Put the telly on. Diana's on. She's dead." And I said, "Oh my God," because I've got a cousin called Diana.
Oh no!
And she worked in the M&S Undies in Putney. And he said she was being chased by the paparazzi. And I thought, well, where's Jeff and
You're
the
like,
kids? What's happened? And he was like, it's terrible, isn't it? And I was going, yes. The paparazzi are chasing my cousin and there's all those pants. What was she doing in Paris? Doesn't make any sense. So that's actually true fact.
But your
though.
cousin is alive.
As far as I know, yes.
At the time of recording.
At the time of recording, there has been no incident.
Wow.
But does
do
she
with
avoid
me.
Paris just in case?
Exactly.
And does she still work in M&S Undies?
I think she's retired now because she was quite a bit older.
Did she
so-
give you a discount on M&S Undies?
No, she didn't because she had
You
ideas
weren't
above
paying
her
for 'em anyway.
station. I wasn't paying, so I didn't need it.
Nicking all
And
that shit.
I don't need all that cut up vegetables. I can do it
Yeah.
myself. What if I can just nick it?
the knickers.
That's not. That's not.
Putting the nick into knickers.
So
Exactly.
bridges and tunnels. Why?
Oh, just so exciting. Even when I was about 4 years old, I was sit on my dad's lap when he was driving, and I was going, "Make a bridge, Dad, make a bridge." And he used to let go of the steering wheel, so I'd hold it, and he'd go like this. I know that's bizarre. I think I come from some sort of circus family or something.
For
So
anybody that's not watching on YouTube, she just made a bridge with her hands gradually.
Oh yeah, I should have said that, shouldn't I? There was a gap then when people thought that I'd literally just collapsed. I'm fine now, and so we'd drive over bridges, through tunnels. We didn't need to. We had to go somewhere with a stolen property and hide it, I suppose. Didn't
Obviously.
we? But yeah, I've always loved them.
Do you have a favourite tunnel or bridge?
My favourite one is the Brunel Tunnel, where the museum is for Rotherhithe, where he built that tunnel to go underneath the River Thames.
Is it it's a foot tunnel?
You can walk through it sometimes because they shut it for the trains, but when the trains are going through, don't do that because that won't be good because you'll get really flat. But it's amazing what he did. He sunk this big sort of chimney thing down into the ground, and then they started building the tunnel after that.
Wow.
I literally get excited talking about bridges and tunnels.
Do you have a favourite bridge or tunnel? Well, you like the QE2 bridge.
I do
we
like the
know that.
QE2 bridge. I'm trying to think. I'm fascinated by how they built, especially tunnels, and especially anything that was built before modern technology. But how the hell? So, like when they built the first underground, they built the first tube first. How did they? And I know the first ones were surface levels, weren't the metropolitan. But when they first started going through the earth, and how they made that happen. When I was little, I thought that underwater tunnels were just like built with bricks. They're on the bottom of the seabed or the riverbed. I wasn't very intelligent. But I just find it fascinating. Having said, with Crossrail, Elizabeth line, which I'm slightly obsessed with, just amazes me. And the infrastructure and how they built that and the precision of the...
it's incredible, isn't it?
the what's that? What I'm doing? We're all doing hand gestures today. Drilling or the
like
coring.
the drilling machine.
Corkscrew thing.
And then how they just pile it into... And they did it with the channel tunnel, didn't they? They just,
and there's
they
one
just
of those machines.
do it into the wall and leave
and
it.
one of those machines is on like the roundabouts, like at either end of the... I think maybe the UK one isn't there, but the French one I know is... When you get out of the Eurotunnel, it's like one of the boring machines.
Oh, yeah, the big screwy thing.
Yeah, and
like
they're
on
really
Stranger
fascinating.
Things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're really
exactly.
fascinating. I I'm trying to think what my favourite bridge or tunnel would be. I really like the Forth Road Bridge.
Oh, yes.
I really like the
Yes.
Forth Road Bridge a lot. I don't know why. I just think it's quite glorious.
beautiful.
Exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Massively.
But I also, on it for a slightly different reason, you know the Florida Keys and how they're all
Yeah.
kind of joined up by like one enormous bridge, essentially.
Yeah, that's
aren't they?
amazing as well.
Like that I find quite sort of, I don't know what the name of that is, but I find that quite exciting.
I went across Chesapeake Bay on this ridiculous self-drive. Anyway, a whole other story why I was driving across a bit of America, but across Chesapeake Bay, and it's that, and you go from tunnel to bridge to tunnel to bridge, and it was just the planning of it all. How did they do it, and the scale of it, and it's just, and of States, everything is always so much bigger, isn't it? But though it's back in being very London now, Waterloo Bridge I love, but probably the views from Waterloo Bridge.
Oh, lovely view. Yeah.
And it just reminds me of why, I
I
came
think I
up
probably
north,
just
came and
walk
lived
over
in
that too
London.
often to be like,
Possibly,
yeah.
but I always get that, oh my God, I've actually made a life in London feeling when I'm on Waterloo Bridge.
It feels very central, like
because
you
see the
so
city,
many
you
things
see,
there, isn't there? There's so
You
many
can see all the main things, can't
that
you,
is true.
from
Because I
there?
remember when I first moved to where I live now, and I walked along that bridge, and I got there in like 15 minutes. I was like, oh my God, I live so close to the centre of London. So I do, like, I get that.
Yeah.
Why do you think other people think they're mediocre?
Think I'm mediocre?
No, nobody thinks you're mediocre, Sallyann, trust me.
Oh.
Why do you think other people think bridges and tunnels are mediocre?
Because I think they see it as just a medium to cross something or reach something.
Functional.
A function. So you go in the Watford tunnel to get to another bit of the road, or you cross the Bristol Clifton Suspension Bridge to get to a different part of Bristol, and they don't see it for as Kate said, the structural beauty of it, and
like what's actually been
engineering
achieved.
and the view. I mean, I could stand on a bridge and just look literally for hours, and I've done that, and I've been moved along by the police because they've thought I want to jump. I don't. I just want to look at the view. And when I say I just want to look at the view, they're like, really?
But I think what you're speaking to there is like just an appreciation of the world, and like life, and
massively,
They're about people as well, though, because a bridge or tunnel brings two separate communities together, and you see it. There was up in Cumbria when we had floods a few years ago. Bridge got washed away, and it took a year for them to be able to rebuild it. So that a town was divided basically, and it took about 2 hours to drive around it. So you just had people, I mean, literally overnight. They just couldn't, friends, neighbours, family divided.
Yeah.
But that thing of, and they're so political, and the history of what bridges get built where and how and why, and the bringing, and the commerce that goes around that.
Exactly. And because I grew up in Cornwall, and there's lots of older people down there that had never been to Devon because there was a very small bridge that got washed away every so often, like in Cumbria.
Really?
And they just never, they hadn't had a reason really to go. They could have made the road journey, but they just hadn't made the connection of wanting to go there for any reason. And I was just like, you've always been in Cornwall. That's just unreal. It's mind-blowing to me. I just could not be contained like that because I'm too weird.
Yeah, I can't imagine you being contained. Can you?
I should be contained.
On that note, then, what do you think is mediocre about you? I mean, I don't think there could possibly be anything, but
I think there probably are things with my interests because, I mean, I find them fascinating, but other people see it as being, like when I say all the origins of words, bridges, tunnels, I can just see people glazing over. Do you know what I mean? Or say something about what I've dug up out of the ground, because metal detecting is one of my hobbies.
Oh my God, I can totally see you with a metal detector.
Oh, can you?
Entirely.
I look like a very bizarre farmer, don't I? Is that why?
No,
it's fine.
I don't
do.
think.
It's fine.
No,
I think it's that fascination, and there's and I'm going to get myself into trouble because I don't know enough about ADHD and things like that. But from what I understand, there's the sides of it that is what everyone thinks of it is, but then you can get very focused on particular topics. I think I believe. I don't really know. You obviously, like Sallyann, you'll know a lot more than me.
Because I'm autistic as well, so I've got the beauty of both and dyspraxia. So that's just chaos.
Do you know what? Do you know why I think you're such an amazing comedian?
Why?
It's because you've got a natural curiosity for the world, which allows you to observe.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that's the key.
Yeah. Thank you.
But I think you're on a different level to us, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think it's that, like, you have this, like, you just look at the world. Like what you were talking about there, you stand on a bridge for hours and watch.
Yeah.
Like comedy is about observation.
Yeah.
Even if you're not doing observational comedy, it is about the observation of what's going on.
Watching.
Yeah. And I think that is the key. It's why basic straight white men are so shit at comedy, because
They are shit.
they're not interested in looking at anything else. They only want to look at themselves.
Exactly.
So that's why.
Yeah.
Get it. That's why nobody should watch or listen to any straight white male comedians.
No, that
You
has
should
to stop.
just listen
literally
to us.
now.
I agree.
I agree.
Let's draw a line under it, shall we?
Let's actually make cancel culture a real thing.
Yeah.
Then. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Everybody
Let's
should
have
red
only
line.
listen to queer comedians.
Yeah, from now
and
on.
women. And women.
And women.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I'm a
people
queer
of colour.
woman, so that's all right.
Yeah.
I fit the bill.
Queer
so,
women is the perfect.
Absolutely.
That's perfection, really, isn't it?
And I
Oh,
have
hang
nice
on.
socks.
I'll just go. I'll just go. Yeah, okay. But do you see any elements of your own personality as mediocre? Do you how does it relate to your life?
I think I could lose myself in a museum or a library or anything like that. And I think actually I don't really relate to other people that well. Although I love people, I don't get invited to parties because I think the topics that I bring up just leave people cold. And
More fool them.
That's the reason why we would invite. We've invited you to our party. That's why.
oh, thank you.
So, I'm probably a bit speechless, which hardly ever happens. So that's
Let's just bask in it for a
let's
minute.
bask in that. But
That's quite rude.
the
isn't it?
energy you have and the what he's made, the energy and the warmth that you have, and you what I love about your comedy and you is that you draw people into your worldview. So it's not just what you're seeing of the world, your observations. As I then start seeing the world through your eyes, and I really love that, and I think that's a really unique, or not that common a gift, probably, but it's just a bit like curiosity. But I get to experience. It feels like I'm experiencing your world, and that's with a real warmth to it, and it's really special, actually.
Oh, thank you. I do worry sometimes that people don't necessarily get it because how I see things is a bit different, and I think maybe it's not that relatable.
But don't you think that seeing things differently, that's where that's what makes it interesting, right?
Okay.
Don't you think?
Maybe.
Because in the specific is where we can find something that is relatable to us.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what
So
I'm not going to go into any detail on one of your jokes, but there's a joke where you talk about a mask, for example.
Yeah.
And that to me is
that is true. Yeah.
uber relatable. We all had that situation. We've all been in that. You're just observant enough and funny enough to add the bit on that makes it into a joke. But we can all see where that comes from because, and this is going to be really boring for anybody that's not seen your set. So in order to make this interesting, you're going to have to go and see one of Sallyan's sets.
Yeah, they literally have to do that.
Yeah,
now,
that's
don't they?
now compulsory.
It's the norm.
But I genuinely, I think that's the beauty of really good comedy when you talk about your own experience, and within that experience, other people find what's personal to them, even if it's not how you originally intended it.
Yeah.
And I love that you're bringing a different perspective on it. So also that thing, which all art should do, really, isn't it? Shouldn't it? It's broaden out an individual's experience. So you're finding out and you're seeing the world around you, and you're seeing other people's experience of the world, and not just your little echo chamber of what it's like.
Yeah.
Like for you. And that joke, and we are being really boring now for people who haven't seen it, but the way you tell it, I mean, when you mentioned it there, I can see it. I've got such a clear visual image. I feel like I was there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's really, really lovely.
I don't feel like I can go in there anymore because it's just too embarrassing. There's so many places that I can't visit anymore.
Well, you can visit here anytime you want.
Thank you.
Absolutely, 100%.
I'll just move in here. It's much tidier than mine. So
we don't live here. It's much tidier than us.
Yes.
Go on. Where can we find you? What are you promoting? What are you doing?
I'm writing a queer novel at the moment.
Are you?
Only about a third of the way through.
Only?
It's about a queer woman who's a nurse in the First World War. It's called The Blue Bench. I'm very slow because I'm not very good at typing. So I'll put something. I've got a website which is just my name.uk.
So Sallyann Fellowes with an E on the end.
With an E on the end of the S.uk. And I'll put something on about it there.
And what's your Instagram?
At Fellowes Sallyann. I had to think about that then because
Fellowes Sallyann.
Yeah, that is the wrong way round. Yeah, that's right.
It is the wrong way round. Every
It
time
is,
every time I tag you, I'm
know,
like, oh.
sorry, it's weird.
And you did a solo show, didn't you?
I did a solo show, work in progress.
And are you bringing it back?
I might bring it back. It's called Alien, so it's about how I see the world. And the poster's me with a green face. So I might bring that back. Yeah.
Oh, please do.
I need to
Yeah,
develop
I'd
it a
love
bit
to see
more, must admit. So
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for listening.
Thank you.
You can catch me on Instagram at Mr. David Ian.
And I'm at KTS Dale.
And we'll be back soon.
Bye.
Bye.